Hey, how's it going, everyone? In this video, I'm going to be talking about what it actually takes to become a cybersecurity engineer. If you type in cybersecurity engineer into Google, you'll see two things: salaries north of 140 grand, and a million headlines screaming talent shortage. But what you don't normally see is that nobody lands a cybersecurity engineer job as their first job in tech. It's not an entry-level role. So I'll just break down what a cybersecurity engineer really does, the path that gets you there, the skills, the certifications. So just a quick context about me. I'm a cybersecurity student. I'm building my way into this field now from scratch. I don't have a CS degree. I started with zero technical skills. I originally went to community college for computer programming and dropped out. And then I did a coding boot camp and dropped out of that as well. But then I eventually went self-studied and then went through another coding boot camp and completed it. And then went back to college for IT management and finished that. And now I'm going through a WGU cybersecurity degree. So everything in this video, I'm just going to be talking from research and just my experience going through WGU's cybersecurity degree. I'm about halfway through. So this is not coming from someone with like 20 years of experience. It's just like someone that's recently getting into the field. So if you're trying to break in, I'll give you like the roadmap I've seen from what I've learned. So what a cybersecurity engineer actually does is first there's some confusion. It's people use engineer and analyst like they're the same job. They're not. If you pull up two job postings side by side, a SOC analyst and security engineer, a security analyst mostly monitors and responds. They watch alerts, investigate, triage. It's a defense watch role, and a security engineer builds and maintains the defenses themselves, like firewalls, intrusion detection, the CM like SIEM, cloud security controls, automation. You're the one designing and setting up the systems. The analyst then watches. The simple version. The analyst uses the security tools. The engineer builds and runs them. That's why engineering pays more, and it's why it's usually isn't where you start. So the honest path, to save you from years of frustration, cybersecurity engineer is like a mid-level role. Applying it to it with no experience it's a way to get ghosted. And people think it's like a field that's gate kept, but it's like you need experience before you can even get that job. So if you go in CyberSeek career pathway chart, the realistic ladder looks like help desk, IT support, and then system administration or networking, and then SOC analyst, and then finally security engineer. So help desk / IT support is you get your foot in the door. You learn how real systems and real users actually behave. And then system admin or networking role, now you understand the infrastructure that you eventually secure. And then from there, move to SOC analyst, your first dedicated security seat. This is where you build the threat context engineers need. And then a security engineer, now you're building the defenses, not just watching them. Can people skip steps? Sometimes, but if you're starting out, you should plan for the ladder and not the elevator. Each position helps you get you hired faster to the next job. So the skills you actually need. So this is where you should open up Home Lab and go and try Hack Me or a VM setup or a Cloud Council and use that to like study. But like the core stack is networking fundamentals. So TCP, IP, DNS, ports, subnetting, non-negotiable. You can't secure what you don't understand. And then operating systems, both Linux and Windows. Being comfortable in a terminal, comfortable with Windows admin. Scripting and automation like Python first. Engineers automate. So if you can script repetitive security tasks, you're much more valuable. Cloud security, like AWS or Azure. This is like the single biggest demand in the area right now, because pretty much everything lives in the cloud. And then security tooling, CM or SIEM, firewalls, IDS, IPS vulnerability, scanning, and then zero trust architecture. The modern model will never trust, always verify instead of just like guarding the perimeter. And increasingly AI security, so securing AI systems and using AI in defense. This is like a fast rising skill that's barely existed a few years ago. You don't need to know all of this on day one, but networking plus Linux plus a scripting language is the foundation that everything else sits on. So you can build a home lab. If you build a home lab and break things on purpose, that'll help you learn the foundation of like everything. So degree and certs, what's worth it? Do you need a degree? It helps a lot. It's not strictly required. I mean, in 2026, like the job market increasingly cares more if you can prove you can do the work than what's on your diploma. Like a degree is helpful, but proof of skills is essential. But the certs in order that actually makes sense is CompTIA Security Plus is like the entry standard. This is like you understand security fundamentals, and before that, it's Networking Plus and CompTIA A Plus. So if you're brand new and want the IT foundations, you need to lock Networking Plus A Plus, and then as you get more advanced, CISSP, like it's the gold standard for engineering and architecture. CCSP for cloud, or OSCP if you're like doing pen testing or going offensive. Two things that might matter more than collecting certs though is a home lab and a portfolio of real projects you can point at. A GitHub with scripts and write-ups beats like a wall of certifications that you can actually apply. Now, like the salary for mid-level, it's 120,000 to around 150,000. Like a medium around 150,000. So mid-level engineers land roughly around 120 to 150,000, with the national medium sitting around 150. So senior engineers in cloud security or incident response can clear over 200,000 a year. Specific certs move the needle. CISSP or OSCP can add 50 to 30 grand on top of everything else. So like the money concentrates in cloud, incident response, and proven specializations. Like if you generalize, you do fine, but the more specialized you are, you can get more out of it. So people that know the cloud, specialize in cloud, it's like a good way to go. Now with the job market in 2026, there's a 3.4 million global workforce gap. So like you see a line that's gate kept, but if you actually look into it, there's a 3.4 million global workforce gap. So the global cybersecurity workforce gap, that's real. It doesn't mean entry level security jobs though are easy to get. You see headlines about 2025 tech layoffs. After 2025, layoffs hit a lot of big tech security companies, and the mid-level got noticeably more crowded. So a wave of trained engineers hit the market, and then the actual shortage is concentrated at the senior end with cloud security and incident response generalists. So like the bottom rung, like for entry, it's competitive, but the path up is wide open. Like once you get more skilled, it's easier to stay employed. So people who win are the ones who pick a lane. Like if they specialize in an area like cloud IR automation and go deep into it. So just to recap, cybersecurity engineer is a mid-level role. You have to climb the ladder to get there. You can do that by working on an IT help desk, then moving to system admin, and then eventually SOC analyst, and then eventually security engineer. Build a foundation with networking, Linux, and Python. Get a security plus and build a home lab and a portfolio, then specialize. The money is real, 150,000 to 200K. That's a lot of money. And it rewards cloud and incident response depth. So that should be everything, guys. This is just everything I've learned from in my path from studying coding, then IT management, and now halfway through my cyber degree. That's going to be everything. If you like this video, please follow me on YouTube and Instagram. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.